Hello, everyone. So, as Uncle Iroh said in Avatar: The Last Airbender, um, each of the four nations have their own way of life, their own things that you can learn from. And the key, I forgot exactly what the quote was, but you could take something from all of them. You could take lessons from all of them. And I think a similar idea could be explored across different Smash titles, across different competitive hobbies. You can take, in my opinion, you can take concepts from chess or sport and apply it anywhere, including Smash, and vice versa. Um, a lot of things are like pretty universal across all things, in my opinion. Concepts, by the way, not mechanical, conceptual. And I'm going to take I'm going to take that the full mile, and I'm going to say that I can learn anything from Melee Yoshi and apply it to Ultimate Yoshi. Um, this is especially interesting because Amsa, and unfortunately I missed the first interaction a little bit. I don't know what context led Amsa to go for this egg lay to start the match outside of shielding being one of the most common starting options in across most Smash titles. But Amsa, in my opinion, is a pinnacle of Yoshi across all Smash games. Not only by popularity, but I think by skill as well. I think he is the highest level Yoshi across all Smash titles. Um, I will say I spoiled myself a little bit already. So I did already watch some of this, which means we can actually go by a little bit faster. Um, through getting some melee specific stuff that I know can't be applied. Tried reversal down smashing. I guess we know in Ultimate, like, down smash is a move that comes out kind of fast for how hard it hits. So you can sometimes use it to reversal people in some niche situations, just like in Amsa tried doing here. But it wasn't safe on hit, so Yoshi gets grabbed. Um, Amsa rolls to the right, I think because Samu was giving a visual indicator that she was going to threaten the left side of the platform. But Amsa rolled to the right in response. Um, but Zamu was able to basically like frame trap. I don't know if it's a frame trap. I don't know what you would call it, but basically cover options and hit Amsa with a down tilt. The second down tilt doesn't hit, I think, because Yoshi's just too floaty, and Yoshi can double jump cancel aerials in this game. So Yoshi's able to reversal Zamu with a nair. Box tries up tilting. They both get stalemate shield situation. Semi reset. Amsa's going to stay in shield, so she grabs. Amsa tries reversal nairing. Yoshi could basically cancel a lot of vertical momentum at any time and then go down with an aerial faster than other characters can, which is a Yoshi specific strength in Melee. Unfortunately, not one that can be replicated in Ultimate outside of a double jump ground pound, which is slower anyway. Semi tries punishing this neutral air, but unfortunately, a little too slow on the draw with the up air. So Yoshi's nair is going to beat Fox out. Shield drop into an instant double jump nair. This nair is going to act as an undershoot. So in Smash, there's a concept called whiff punish, overshoot, undershoot triangle. Overshoot beats whiff punishing, and undershooting beats overshooting, and whiff punishing beats undershooting. I think I did all that right. I feel like watching Melee so far, at least in this set, I don't know if I haven't watched enough like other top level Melee in depth like this to know for sure, but it seems like Melee plays into this even more than Ultimate does. This is applicable in Ultimate, but in Melee it feels like almost every interaction is dictated by that triangle, whereas in Ultimate it feels like you can like play player to player sometimes when if your opponent's playing around your game plan well and apply this concept, whereas in Melee it seems like this concept's almost the core of how the game's played, at least from what I can tell. But this undershoot nair is going to punish Fox. This judges a combo though and gets back aired. But Yoshi gets sent off stage with it, and Yoshi's double jump armor is going to allow him to transfer from off stage to this right platform. And because of he has armor, he's invincible on the entire way up and can wave land onto the platform, making the wave land onto the platform frames, which didn't last very long, might I add. The only vulnerability that Yoshi had during that entire situation. So double jumping disadvantage seems very strong. This concept can be applied in Ultimate as well because you could double jump in a lot of situations like this. And outside of grabbing, which is weird to do in this situation like that, most characters can't do anything about it. Although funny enough, grabbing Yoshi is an underrated option if you think Yoshi's gonna like double jump from here to like top left here. Unfortunately, in Ultimate though, there's not a lot of platforms that are this close to the ledge outside of Kalos Town, which are more specific anyway. But Fox is gonna put out a hitbox where Yoshi wants to go. And Yoshi tries reversal by doing a double jump cancel up air, which is something that most characters can't do. You can't cancel hit stun with a double jump, which makes you go up and then forward, and then an aerial. You could double jump in with an aerial and melee out of hit stun, but you can't do it like basically immediately land with an aerial out of hit stun forwards in melee. Like you can hold an aerial and hold in, but it's not the same. The momentum's not the same, especially just canceling your like getting sent backwards momentum like that. Unfortunately, outside of a ground pound out of a double jump, which has its pros and cons, you can't really do the same thing in Ultimate. I don't know why they're able to tech the attacks when they're in the middle of doing something. I think it has something to do with SDIing and teching. But a rolling in generally covers jump ins. This time Yoshi's going to go for the undershoot. So keep in mind, now, so if someone, this is a Smash concept that a lot of people don't think about enough. So let's say the opponent at point A, where Fox is right now, and then Yoshi's at point B. Opponent A wants to hit the opponent B in this egg with a hitbox. So they need to transition from point A to point B, and then point B is where the hitbox is going to come out, right? This is a core Smash concept that is universally applicable. In fact, this is probably applicable to traditional fighters too, just in different ways. But to move forward, so if the hitbox is coming out at point B, that means the opponent is completely open any point in front of that, you know? So their entire transfer from point A to point B, they are open, which is going to allow this Yoshi up air to work because he's putting out a hitbox where Fox wants to go in. Amsa wave dashes at neutral attack range to react. It then reacts to the roll in with a grab. By the way, if it's the most transferable thing I can think of here is I'm pretty sure I did count the frames in my first watch through. I don't need to do it again. It was about 20 frames. I believe you can dash forward and react on with similar frame data. It's just in Melee, foxtrotting is a lot more committal than foxtrotting in Ultimate. I know dash dancing means dashing is less committal, but like if you're going to do like the full foxtrot and then stand still and react, it's a lot slower in Melee. Or in any not Ultimate Smash game, actually, for that matter. Ultimate made it like, you guys know. Getting a little Yoshi combo, up throw into Nair. F tilt into a instant double jump up air. Combos are a bit weird because they're a bit harder to transcribe into Ultimate fundamentals in comparison to like neutral or disadvantage or general advantage stuff. One thing we can transcribe is that Yoshi sent Zami onto a platform, which is going to allow this neutral air to hit. If there wasn't a platform there, let's say this is FD or something, so I'm have a much more difficult time hitting her. Tries to come into F smash, unfortunately just barely off. Surprisingly close, because Yoshi seemed to extend his head forward. And now Sami's going to come in with her own undershoot. But it seems like it was unsafe on hit. Kind of. Trying to grab between jab. I don't know. Does jab not connect into jab too, or was that some kind of like weird melee or crouch cancel or something shit? I don't know. But now Fox is off stage. It seems like in melee, Yoshi can go run off stage with the egg toss and then grab ledge. That sounds very powerful. And is able to shoot out an egg and grab ledge simultaneously. In Ultimate, you can kind of do something similar, but you have to like jump off stage and then up B and then grab ledge with it. And it's usually used for ledge trumping. Like you set up the egg above you so that if you get the ledge trump, you grab ledge at the same time they do. They get launched into the egg, and then you can combo off of that. But you can maybe do something similar against some recoveries where you like grab ledge, but you shoot out an egg to the right or off stage. I'm pretty sure, unless you can only do it facing the ledge. I haven't really thought about that or experimented with it, but I'm pretty sure you can grab ledge facing behind. But I think the grab box is smaller. But that might be something you can do in Ultimate, but because you have to like you can't run off stage with it in Ultimate. So you have to like jump off stage and then up B from like down here, and then it takes longer. You don't snap ledge right away in Ultimate. So there's like two things that like the transfer takes longer, and then the actual up B to ledge takes longer as well, to where it's like you're almost taking a full second to grab ledge, and if you have that much time, you can usually set up something better anyway. But there might be some niche scenarios where the opponent's taking a long time to recover, or maybe you have to like jump off stage to pressure them anyway. But then you can like double jump in a weird way, and then up B, send the egg up where it's to cover a high recovery, and then you can grab ledge to cover a low recovery with a drop off back air, or combo off the egg or something. I'm sure you could do something like that in Ultimate, but I'd have to like mess around with it. But Amsa goes on stage, and I think this was basically just a feint. Like Amsa made it look like he was going to go off stage for the edge guard. But able to use the double jump cancel to basically make it basically cancel the jump backwards. You could do something similar in Ultimate by just like jumping forwards and then fading back. You could probably do that in Melee too, to be honest. Although I think in Melee air drift not as flexible as in later Smash games, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Yoshi double jump aerials is also going to allow Yoshi to do that thing, but like basically significantly faster than he could in Ultimate, because he can cancel his jump at any time, basically. But now Fox is recovering low. Yoshi looks like can double jump, grab ledge at any time. Definitely not something you can do in... I guess that makes sense, though, because with a double jump, I know in Ultimate at least, you can't grab the ledge going up normally unless you're doing a special that could be canceled into grabbing ledge. Which is why you can like Mario cape to ledge, for example, but you can't like just short hop or like double jump to ledge until you start moving. Like you can only grab ledge if your velocity is 0 or lower, so you have to be going down. But when Yoshi double jumps, he moves down at first, and maybe Melee didn't think about that. So I think Yoshi can like double jump, grab ledge because his velocity is below 0 for a brief moment. That's my theory. Maybe Amsa did some action that allowed him to grab ledge. That's kind of cool. Basically, an instant ledge snap in Melee. It's probably a similar like input, not exactly, but it probably feels similar-ish to doing like an instant ledge snap in Ultimate. But you can't do instant ledge snaps in Melee. But Yoshi can. That's kind of cool, actually. Most characters have to like waveland off stage or something. But Yoshi's going to double jump armor through this up B and then Nair. So this might have been like a... I think this was a visual cue, so grabbing the ledge is basically telling your opponent you recover high or you die. It's kind of like a 50-50 because you can grab ledge and just hold on to it, but if your opponent does a high recovery, they might get back onto stage. Sometimes you can like grab ledge and do something from ledge on reaction to the high recovery, but I think there's like a sweet spot where it's like not reactable really, and it's like a true 50-50. But Yoshi can double jump armor through the... I think Yoshi baited the high recovery by grabbing ledge, so it wasn't really I don't know if that was a sweet spot or not, but maybe it looks like Yoshi might be a little too slow because of that double jump actually. To cover reactionary cover, like to hold ledge for that long until Fox actually goes up. So if you're trying to react at ledge, I think Yoshi might be a little too slow to cover it. So maybe Yoshi has to make reads like this. So Yoshi used the double jump to armor through the up B, which you could do something similar in Ultimate. I see Yoshidora like jump down, like down here, then double jump to E through a hitbox of a recovery, then neutral air on reaction to it, to the double jump armoring through it. I see that happen all the time. And this is kind of similar, just on stage instead of off stage. In Ultimate, most people are just going to recover to a ledge, though. High recoveries are not going to be as common. But that's going to be Zamu's first stock. And I think this is actually the point that I am no longer spoiled, so everything here is going to be blind, I think. Wait, never mind. We got like 2 more interactions. Actually, no. I think that was blind. I don't remember that jab. But Yoshi's going to double jump. And some weird jab shit out of the drill. I don't even know if I want to... I think that drill is supposed to be an undershoot again, but the double jump armored through it, but the jab basically intercepted what both players are trying to do after that weird interaction. Oh, it's also blowing. Did that have something to do with them getting knocked off the platform? I don't know. We're gonna just gloss past that. I'm not gonna understand everything that happens because I'm not a melee player like that. Ooh, double jump cancel egg lay. Funny enough, I see Yoshis do this in Ultimate too. They'll like egg lay a lot in disadvantage, especially if you can like wave land it in. Because in Melee, you can double jump cancel egg lay. In Ultimate, you can't, I'm pretty sure, double jump cancel egg lay. So a lot of Yoshis will just like wave bounce it instead, which is funny enough. It's funny comparing this to Melee because Melee is supposed to be significantly harder. But funny enough, I would say wave bouncing and egg lay is probably harder than doing a double jump cancel egg lay in this situation. It is kind of funny, like some of the like niche moments where doing something in Ultimate's more complicated. But you could replicate something like this. And the egg lay is like surprisingly disjointed. Grabbing out prioritizes attacks in Ultimate at least. I'm pretty sure in Melee as well. And you're basically like looking like you're going to be sent off stage, but then you're like, actually, JK, I'm on stage with a hitbox. But Zamu was smart. She dashed back, made it look like she was going to pressure here, and then she dashed back. Just barely able to shield. I think that looked like a parry. I think Yoshi has some weird parry mechanic or some shit. I've seen Yoshi parrying in Melee like a discussed mechanic a lot, but I don't know how the fuck it works. But just barely able to parry it in time, and he's able to get a grab off of it. Covers the up smash or the double jump in with the up smash. Unfortunately, in Ultimate, there's not a lot of moves that send that little away to where double jumping immediately is like a common option. But this up smash made sense because even if Fox didn't double jump here, and that smash kind of lingers, like it kind of covers below Yoshi probably a little bit too. I don't know about like below here, but like at least here it does. So even a slightly more delayed double jump probably would have gotten hit by it. And there's no nair dodging in Melee like there is in Ultimate, so you can't just like nair dodge through. So this up smash basically covered almost everything. And Fox could have covered low, but one, that would have put her in a worse situation. And two, Yoshi would have still been, well, it would have been a better situation for Yoshi anyway. Tries hitting this down smash. I think Amsa thought it was a true combo, but Zamu's just barely able to get a shield out in time. I'm a little surprised. I don't know what Yoshi's frame data is in Melee. Maybe I should have looked it up. But misjudged this shield spacing, which is going to be a punish. Jab is a very intriguing punish, though. I'm not going to lie. Maybe Yoshi struggles to get a lot of like reactionary punishes, though. Funny enough, he kind of does in Ultimate as well, but also the foot going through Fox's head's kind of funny. Zamu seems to find it funny as well. Gonna knock Yoshi off stage. Amsa's locked in, though. Amsa does not give a fuck. Um, Very weird interaction. I'm a little surprised about with punishing it with jab though. But maybe Yoshi, like, I think F tilt's kind of not great in melee. Down tilt's not that great in melee, I'm pretty sure. Dash attack, like, I don't see most of Yoshi's tilts as used. Well, no, F tilt's good in melee. Why not F tilt? I don't know. Sometimes the delayed get up attack at 100 plus, because I know in melee you have a weird frame data on your get ups, 100 plus. Sometimes the delayed hitbox is the answer. I can't. I think trying to crouch cancel something, but I think either let go of crouch cancel at the last moment or back air somehow hit crouch cancel. And but I don't think so. I think Amsa let go at the last second. Was trying to like crouch cancel something, but then gets knocked away by the back air. Has a double jump high. Yoshi's double jump doesn't grab ledge, or Yoshi can't grab ledge as easily from below in melee, so high recoveries are more preferred, especially because of the way a lot of things offstage work in melee anyway. Yeah, that makes sense. So it has to recover this way. This is a bit hard to transcribe into Ultimate, but basically, Amza had to make it look like he was going to go to ledge, and then air dodge at the last second. Because I don't know what all the mix-ups are. I'm sure there might be a mix-up I don't know about. But I think the mix-up is I'm either going to do an early air dodge, which funny enough, well, no, that would have been even easier to hit than the air dodge at the last second, I think. It seems like this is a sweet spot because an earlier air dodge would have just been covered probably easier. If Yoshi did any kind of attack, you just want to be able to recover afterwards. This air dodge was pretty much like the best thing he could have done that I'm aware of. But unfortunately, he doesn't gets the reverse hit of back air, which is going to put Amsa back on stage, which is a much better situation. Gets the ground pound. Funny. It's kind of funny. It's actually almost the exact same concept that could happen in Ultimate. That you can just ground pound someone randomly. You shouldn't do it too often. It's very committal and risky, but it kind of like it can catch someone off guard. The stall and fall, and you can like if someone's like just not respecting it, it works. But if the opponent respects it, it's risky as fuck. It's probably the same way in melee. Although there's a chance Amza is trying to grab ledge here, which you could probably get knocked away in Ultimate, but then ground pound out a hit stun to grab ledge. That's probably something you could do in Ultimate as well. Ooh, tries to go for a read this time instead of reacting. Ooh, interesting. I don't know. So Yoshi tries doing an up air, jumps back. Does the double jump, but wave lands on the platform. Fox goes for the full hop in back airs. I think just trying to approach with it. That's fucking stupid, I'm not gonna lie. It looks like Yoshi's tail got clipped by the hitbox. Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like happened. It looked like Yoshi's tail got clipped when he was trying to wave land on the platform. Which wave landing on the platform is a common, out of a double jump even, is a common option in Ultimate as well. But the tail clipping is not. Cancels hit stun with back air. I don't know if back air is Yoshi's fastest frame data aerial, like total frame aerial in this game. I know it's up air in Ultimate. Maybe it's back air in Melee, I don't know. Or maybe it didn't matter. Maybe there's some horizontal shenanigans, like momentum shenanigans you can do with it. I don't know. Throws out an egg. I think if Yoshi has enough time, he can throw out an egg and it can basically interfere with the opponent trying to edge guard, which isn't a concept in Ultimate. Wait. Oh, Yoshi's air drift's pretty good in this game too. It looks like. I didn't think Yoshi would be able to make it. For some reason, I thought he already used his double jump. But the egg is going to provide some mix-up potential. If the double jumping low is going to provide some mix-up potential as well. The egg is actually going to interfere with Samu trying to edge guard. and able to convert an up air off of it. Tries up air, actually reads the drift in, but Zombie drifts out and then double jumps. So Amsa loses a 50-50 on the drift. Dashes, but sees that Fox is going to land before him, and he does not have any time to get a guaranteed hit on her. So decides to shield instead, but drops down with a nair to hit afterwards. Basically shield pressures. Fox shore hops out of shield. I don't know what the rationale behind that is, I'm going to be honest. Amsa decides to use shielding as his post shield pressure, which, ultimate like. They both shield. Amsa spot dodges, crouch cancel. There's a lot of we're right next to each other. We're going to just choose these defensive options like crouch canceling or shielding or spot dodging. Shields the jab. Maybe, I think jab probably has fast enough frame data that because even here she put up her shield pretty quickly. So I don't know if Yoshi could get a guaranteed anti-crouch cancel hit. Able to roll in. Roll in's definitely the counter to jump in aerials. Probably even more so on ultimate because Fox is able to shore up aerial absurdly quick in this game. They both trade. What do they both trade again? I was more focused on the roll in. I think they both try undershooting, and it basically goes even with each other. Ooh, that was smart. So this mini game happens in Ultimate too. Basically, Fox is up being, and Fox has a few options. Fox can snap to ledge. Go straight, which is what Zamu ended up doing, or Fox can go up high. So grabbing the ledge is guaranteed, but you can if you're gonna grab ledge, someone's probably gonna put themselves in a position where they can ledge trap, which I don't think ledge trapping is used as much of a term in Melee for some reason. I'm pretty sure it exists in Melee, but people don't really talk about ledge trapping as much for some bizarre reason. Bombs is dashing. This dash in is actually going to give Zamu the visual cue that she should go straight. Because it looks very clear that Yoshi's going to get intercepted by a horizontal. Because going up is the worst option, so you can almost cancel that out. Almost anything Amsa would do, like a high recovery, could probably be reacted to. So it's basically a 50-50 between snapping ledge and going straight. And the going straight is basically just intercepting someone trying to put themselves in a position to either edge guard or ledge trap or whatever. But Amsa feints going in position, which by the way, this is a weird analogy, but you fight those really bad elite smash Falcons or Ganons that down B from the ledge every time. You kind of want to do something similar. You want to put yourself in a position where they're down B looks juicy to them, but then you just position way back out of its range to punish. Somebody's having the time of her life. She's fucking laughing back at every interaction. She's having. I've never seen someone have so much fun losing before. But anyway, the good play by Amsa baiting the horizontal up B and just basically giving up a lot of space to punish it. And even if she went towards ledge, Amsa would still have stage control. Ooh, interesting. So, yeah, gets the neutral air, dashes, jumps, double jump, cancel up Bs onto ledge. That's probably very tight, actually, getting that exact positioning. But that's gonna... Yoshi's now in position to cover a low recovery on reaction, and the egg covers a high recovery for him. This double jump tries a double jump nair, which would have actually maybe beaten a more instant double jump option. But because the double jump goes high and delays a bit and it lingers, it's actually going to counteract that double jump nair. But the drill didn't seem safe on hit. I feel like when I played Melee 10 years ago when I was trying to play it when I was a kid, which is where my little Melee understanding came from, people weren't canceling out hits from each other near as often. I actually don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. Yoshi tries jabbing. The linger nair is going to cover the spot dodge. Ooh, sneaky little air dodge, but the back air is going to punish that on reaction. But if you can actually do that in Ultimate too. If you get hit at a ledge, there's like a weird scenario where you kind of slide off of it. Actually, I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty sure you can do this. And ultimately, if you like run off stage and instantly air dodge back onto stage, you'll like kind of do like a little run off, slide back on anim thing. If you get knocked off stage, no, I have done it in Ultimate before actually. Like if you get knocked off and you like hit land right at the ledge, if you instantly air dodge in, you'll kind of do a similar thing, but you'll slide instead of doing the lagging air dodge that Amsa did. So it's almost better in Ultimate. Funny enough. In fact, more people should probably do it. You can still get punished though. Just putting out a hitbox at the edge of the cone. Nair does that same thing. Ooh, Yoshi's edge guarding's interesting in melee, but cool. If it's just hard because a lot of it's not that transcribable to ultimate. Like, like the whole reason Yoshi's grabbing ledge so much and doing like these eggs and high recovery hits is because there's no ledge trumping and ledge hogging exists in melee. Um, where if you tried a similar style of edge guarding, like you could again we could probably set up a similar scenario where you grab ledge and shoot an egg out in ultimate, but it takes longer, so it's only really useful against recoveries that take a long time. And even then, most players recover low anyway, so it's probably only useful in like specific situations. And even like the double jump, like if you try doing this little double jump counter that Amsa tries doing a lot, not here, but in the other edge guard situations, they're just gonna grab ledge, you know. Maybe there's some like against like a cloud uppy or something, you could double jump. Like you could drop down from ledge just a little bit and then double jump and then nair, but there's like it's like a small window. So I feel like the recover like the edge guarding philosophy is going to be just completely different in both games. It is good to know how all of it works though, because we can still learn from it kind of. Nair down in front again, basically trying to put a hitbox out where Fox could go, but Fox spot dodges so it goes even. Tries to up smash actually. I think Amsa predicted the up smash covered a lot though. I think if Zamu's shield like that, someone did like one of the few options that kind of beat the up smash and almost didn't beat it. In fact, it looked like it was only like a frame off from hitting or two. But the drill is just gonna out frame data it just by a frame or two or three. But the up smash would have covered a jump in, which is probably the most common options. In fact, it is what Samu ended up doing. I think it would have it wouldn't have been unsafe on shield. I don't think. I could be wrong. So it covered a lot of options, and I think it might have even covered a roll in. I don't know if an up smash would cover the same type of thing in ultimate. But Fox is gonna get combo. Ooh, interesting. That's like very like. There's definitely a lot more matchup mastery in top level melee. I think it's just because there's not that many characters in comparison, so you can like. There's like decision making that's going to be inherently higher level than Ultimate's capable of because you can't do that for 80 matchups. I think I sometimes see it when a top Ultimate player plays a top Ultimate player that they play a lot. Like let's say Spargo versus Sonics. I sometimes see a almost like a close-ish level of matchup mastery. I don't even know if this is that good of an example of matchup mastery, but like Fox up throws. Amsa probably has been up thrown a lot of times by Fox in this situation. I think Zamu maybe can't get a true combo off of up throw at basically 0%. So reading an approach from Yoshi, or reading Yoshi going to the left with a double jump thing. I don't know about specifically with the double jump, but reading Yoshi going to the left. But Amsa puts out a nair. That nair trades. But it's a favorable trade, because Fox is at much higher percent. So it's a favorable trade that Yoshi actually benefits from. And I would not be surprised if that specific situation has been studied. Like, oh, Fox is probably going to do this in this situation, And this is this hyper specific niche way to beat it by a clank nonetheless. Like a purposeful trade. You know, you're getting down to matchups, like really advanced matchup concepts if you're like intentionally trading with someone, and like not a. There's some situations you can intentionally trade with someone in Ultimate that's a bit more universal. Like I think trading with Samus down B is a concept. Um, but yeah. Oh, that's creative. So jumps in, but then cancels it. So you're accomplishing getting a projectile out and feinting a jump in, which might influence. It might even influence its double jump, to be honest. People are more likely to jump at a disadvantage if you like give them a reason to, even if that reason is just a visual indicator. It then throws out an egg, which would have covered a high recovery, but it was covering the platform mostly. And now they're gonna land with semi-equivalent frame advantage. Yoshi's gonna jump in back air. It doesn't seem like Melee plays as much with the idea of a burst range. I could be wrong, but if like an ultimate, people kind of refuse to play with each other unless they're like at around a roll distance from each other. Because if you're like right next to someone, it feels like it's just too inconsistent. But Melee, I'm noticing that players are much. They do still choose a lot of defensive options, but they seem a lot more willing to engage with each other in like really close quarter situations. Whereas in Ultimate, a lot of top players just want to get out of there. But a short hop back air. And that's just going to be a space aerial and shield. Walking backwards a little bit. Ooh, I'm just making a hard read there. Reading that Fox was going to like jump in with something. I think Amsa is reading that Fox is going to like short hop drill or something. Like go for like an undershoot. Which would have been common, and Zlamu has done that multiple times throughout this game. But that was a hard read nonetheless, so calling out a specific option, leaving yourself open to all others. But that's kind of funny. Um, but letting out another one rip because you read the jump in. You could probably do that in Ultimate though if you think someone's gonna like jump in with something. You can beat it out with an F smash. Um, Intercept them with it. But that is a bit committal, and I don't know if it would work out in the exact same ways in Ultimate, but you could do similar concepts with it. The opponent's invincible, but Yoshi could just go onto the top platform and completely invincible until the wave land. You can maybe read it. You can maybe like read that he's going to double jump to the platform and basically target the waveland end lag, or target what Yoshi does afterwards, which is probably more realistic. Yoshi's going to shield on the platform, drop down, weird waveland, like he kind of teleported. You could probably do this in Ultimate too, like on Battlefield. Like if someone's like on respawn and they're invincible, you're on the left side of the stage. You could probably just double jump to the top platform and waveland in some areas and use your double jump armor to basically be invincible the whole time. I'm sure that's something you could do in Ultimate. Just drop down. Kind of surprising. Amsa was kind of open the whole time through that, but I think most people are like, it's kind of hard because if someone's on the top platform, technically it's like a really committal space to be in, but there was like also a lot of mix-ups at the same time because you're like the highest from the opponent, but you can go to the left platform, right platform, go under, go in a cone shape, and the cone's larger than if you're on one of the other platforms. Sometimes you want to put out an attack at this part of the platform to pressure, but sometimes that's really committal, and if they do anything, then you just put yourself way up there. I don't know. In any Smash game, being on the top platform is weird, but really crazy waveland at the last second, like almost looked like he teleported from like right above Fox to like what? Like what is that distance? Almost a complete roll distance away, and it's just a waveland. I don't think you could do that in Ultimate. I mean, you can wave like directional air dodge away at the last second before touching the ground in Ultimate, and hell, that's even an okay option sometimes. But in melee, that just like fucking like, goddamn, crouch cancel. But I'm pretty sure Shine beats crouch cancel. But down tilt to stuff out the Fox approach. It seems like reading the jump in from Fox and putting out a hitbox that intercepts it is a pretty like common read. Ooh, going for then reads a shield with a grab, which I've seen Samu do some shields, but Samu's good at mixing up. She's like not all the reads Amsa's been doing has been working. Grab ledge. I think Amsa intentionally made it to where he grabbed ledge. The situation seemed less scary. And grabbing ledge maybe isn't as bad with Yoshi as other characters because Yoshi can just double jump to the platform from ledge and be completely invincible, which means that you can't ledge trap him like you can other characters. But reads the Nair with a crouch cancel, I think, but does it get the punish? Or maybe you can't punish Nair and she was reading something else. I don't know. But the interception Nair, jump away, and this is basically kind of an I don't know. This is either a counter to the down tilt in particular, because it did beat the down tilt because it just went over it and then hit, which a little slight stall into a hit is a strong option. And ultimately, there's not a lot of options that let you do something like this, because most stalling moves take a lot longer. Like you can Mario Cape or Greninja Shuriken before landing with an aerial, but that's going to take much longer, so you can't like microspace as well with it. Although slight stalling before doing an landing aerial, or you can even react while doing this like Mario Cape before landing. I used to main Mario. I used to do that, and then like double jump away if you need to, or still land with the aerial, and it'll like catch people off guard a lot. It is a strong option, but Yoshi has a lot of flexibility with it because he can make that stall last like 10 frames, or he can make that stall last like 2 frames or 20 frames. And most stalling options in Ultimate are not going to last like 3 frames, because double jump canceling doesn't exist outside of like Kazuya. But is going to get crouch canceled, and Fox is going to get a combo. Able to shield out of it though. Ooh, goes for a higher Nair this time. And of course, jumping backwards beforehand is kind of like, well, you can kind of do it for a positional. Funny enough, Yoshidora likes dashes back before backflipping a lot, and it almost feels similar to what Yoshidora is doing, like going backwards and then going forwards. Ooh, the jump in into the waveland. That's pretty sneaky. Waveland back, wave dash back. So we're giving up space. So it's a lot of like feinting that you're gonna like give up space and then approach with an option, or feinting that you're gonna approach with something and then you're actually giving space, which is universal across all Smash games. But it's just funny to see that. Going to put out a forward air to intercept Fox. So a walling forward air is put out around a roll distance in front of Fox. Fox full hops over it to counter, but Yoshi can do different options after whipping the option and choose an option that counters the full hop. Getting back into another tech chase. Grab back seems to be or dash grab backward seems to be the common counterplay to tech roll in. I have not seen a tech roll away so far, so I don't know what Yoshi, or I almost called Amsa Yoshidora. I don't know what Amsa would do to cover that. But F smash the up there this time. Position onto the platform. Sometimes positioning on the platform can allow you to almost whiff punish above on reaction sometimes. I don't know if you could do it as well in Melee, because I feel like Melee is a bit weird. But you can maybe do it. But sometimes the platform could be a weird reactionary position. And sometimes you send someone away from you, because like Yoshi sent her away. And maybe in Ultimate even, you can like just jump on a platform or waveland on the platform, whatever you find better or faster. And if they do, like, if they retaliate right away, which is very common, then you can just like fall through aerial them. And in this situation, Zamu full hops to the left of the platform, and Amsa's like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna go under the platform and I'm at an advantage. Which is weird, but because being on the platform is still a disadvantage, but in some particular situations where people are more likely to swing in, you can use the platform to your advantage, especially if you like put yourself unpredictably. Ooh, that's definitely something. I mean, Moshi can maybe do that, and not the double jump cancel, but you could that concept could be applied. But it seems like Amsa baited her to jump onto the platform, and then was able to double jump cancel up air the drill. And I have seen mini drills on the platform, so this is a very fair read to do. But bait someone to jump on the platform with you. I will say in Ultimate, I don't think it's very common for a character to full hop and join you on the platform. Maybe in Melee, like doing like sharking with aerials under the platform isn't as applicable. I don't think outside of like maybe Marth, which I could be talking about my ass, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. I don't see a lot of characters do that in Melee. But hey, if you could bait someone to jump on a platform with you in Ultimate, you could probably just drop through and then rising up air them with Yoshi. Or just drop through the platform. I mean, I think when you drop through a platform in Ultimate, you reach the ground faster than in Melee anyway, at least with Yoshi. So you could probably just drop through the aerial and then up air them. Or I think I've seen Yoshi like run off the platform and then double jump back air on the platform. That is kind of committal. Ooh, the egg to tech chase on that platform. Because he sends her on the top platform, and Yoshi definitely does not have the frames to pressure the right side of this platform, but Egg does. And I'm sure in Ultimate, there are some specific scenarios where Yoshi is not capable preemptively or reactively at covering a specific option the opponent might do. Whether jump in's probably the most common, but I bet even a tech chase on the top platform in a similar scenario might happen. I feel like it's less common though. I don't think Yoshi has a lot of moves in Ultimate that's going to sit on the top platform as easily. But maybe there's something, or maybe more so on like a Kalos or Town or something platform. But maybe there's some scenario where Yoshi Egg is the only thing Yoshi has. But Egg was just barely too slow, but gonna push her off the platform. Crouch cancels for a split second, I saw that. But then nairs, so crouch cancels for a split second to option select an instant attack, and then basically reads the roll in afterwards. But the flop drill covers that. Bombs was basically covering two options back to back, basically covering two options in one almost. It's almost like flickering shield before jumping or flickering shield before doing a specific thing or grabbing in Ultimate. You could probably use. It looks like you can use crouch cancel in like situations where the opponent's either going to do an attack instantly in a close quarter situation, or they're going to do something else. So you can like crouch cancel for a few frames and then like hit somewhere else. And in Ultimate, shield flickering is basically the exact same concept. Double jump nairs and to try to instantly attack, but Fox is able to flop out of there really quickly. Tries to punish the full hop. We've seen Amsa punish the landing of the full hop with F smash before, but gonna get never mind. Maybe F smash is safer in Ultimate or in Melee, which is why Amsa's a bit more willing to go for it than I can personally recommend in Ultimate. Some weird Melee safe on hit or unsafe on hit shit happens, and Yoshi finds an F tilt. Ooh, gets the tech this time. But the get up attack is going to catch him off guard. It seems like Yoshi can also simulate a whiff punish with like a jump backwards into a double jump nair in. It is a bit harder. Yoshi does have a lot of flexibility with drift. I think even better flexibility than in Melee in Ultimate. So Yoshi can just like jump backwards and then drift in with an aerial a lot, but definitely not as fast as a double jump cancel aerial. Gonna egg the ledge. Ooh, I think wasn't ready for the side B. Never mind. Fox side B had more leg than I anticipated. Ooh. I'm just gonna throw out an egg here to cover the ledge. Able to do it from a very far distance away, mind you. I think trying to like, I think this time Amsa was expecting a high up B, or like maybe he just wanted to position on the platform to ledge trap better or something. I don't know if that was actually better to ledge trap in or not, but maybe. Or he was trying to double jump armor through a high fox up B. But now we get to see some ledge trapping action. But maybe you don't want to like ledge trap too committally in melee, because it seems like Amsa's just kind of going for roll distance, positioning, trying to maintain stage control. It also seems like once you, because that's the same input before. Amsa does a lot of like jump back, double jump, cancel nairs inwards. But it seems like it's the same input as before, which means that you can play off a visual cue that you're giving the opponent. But then he actually just holds the double jump to either position on the platform or counter someone. Like it looked like Zami might have even been like, oh, Yoshi's probably going to double jump Nair in, but maybe if I go on the platform, I can like drop down Nair on reaction or something. I don't know. I could be talking about my ass again. It looks like Amsa read Zamu retreating off the platform the way she did, so he put out a forward air to stuff it out, but was a little slow on it, so Fox was able to get an aerial out. Putting Amsa in a tech situation, gonna get drilled, shined, neutral get up from ledge immediately. I think because Amsa grabbed ledge just barely, I think even the wind blowing had contributed to it. A neutral get up because Samu didn't have enough time to react to Amsa like grabbing ledge there, I don't think. It seems like a mix up. Like you can either do a double jump cancel nair immediately, or you can like hold on to it and delay it, and both have their pros and cons. But you do the same visual indicator before, so it's kind of like you already initiate the double jump, but you have kind of like a 50-50 out of it. But the nair, high nair does look a little. I mean, it didn't get punished, but it looks committal. Somebody tried to basically put a hitbox out, kind of reading what Amsa was going to do after, but gets reversal naired. Oh, okay. That might have been a misinput? Or maybe it was a troll? I don't know. It does seem like Amsa likes being on the platform a lot in some of these situations, surprisingly. But side B to ledge, drops down, double jumps. That either Amsa reacted to Zamu grabbing ledge and was like, oh, never mind, I'm going back onto the platform. Or was giving a visual indicator that, or was giving a visual indicator that he was going to go for a low edge guard. And now he's in a similar position. He's actually jumping off stage, and then he goes in with an air at like kind of roll distance. So maybe that was like oh, I'm about to go off. I'm gonna go off the stage. This is gonna make you want to like get back onto stage before I hit you, right? Just kidding. I'm actually putting out a hitbox at roll distance. But I think all the ledge options are like bad right now. So double jump, because of the post 100% thing that Melee has. So I think that going for a double jump ledge option, which I believe is king in Melee. Yeah. Amsa even tries putting out a back air to hit. And the lingering hitbox actually, it seems like it lingers even longer than in Ultimate. The lingering hitbox wins out. It's like a constant wall in front of the opponent. So anytime you need like just a constant hitbox out for like a long time, back air seems like a strong option. But it does seem like the range seems considerably worse just looking at it. So it seems like it really is just used for the linger alone. Oh, I did not mean to do all that. My bad. back air in. Double jump onto the platform, but able to just get off of it at any point. That's important to know. Just able to transfer from one position to another, and then like cancel almost getting to that position. Wave dash in, crouch cancel attempt, but gets back aired out of release of the crouch cancel, but was not safe on hit, which seemed to really catch Zamu off guard, but Zamu's having the time of her life, it seems. Right. Some weird parry shenanigans going on. I don't know how that shit works. It does seem like grabbing Yoshi makes sense, because I feel like Yoshi doesn't have the best out of shield options in Melee, outside of like the weird parry shenanigans. But Yoshi can't just jump out of shield. Yoshi can shield drop, I think, but I think the grab might even cover the first few frames of the shield drop, because it takes time for Yoshi to actually get below the platform, I think. Back throws to get Yoshi off stage. Oh. Okay, interesting. I don't think Yoshi wanted to do that. Either Amsa made a misjudgment. I know you can't grab ledge after air dodging for like a surprising amount of time after you do it. But maybe, I know there's like a tight timing where you can air dodge and then grab ledge, and I think Amsa might have just been like a few pixels off or something. Or maybe Amsa didn't mean to do the back air, or the back roach is a wrong choice. Oh, using the egg to cover high, and then being able to cover low. Maybe you could do that in Ultimate? I think egg throw might be more committal in Ultimate. I don't know what the frame data difference is. Well, I think the main thing in Melee is that I think egg lasts longer, and it also, because egg's slower, Yoshi's going to be able to be actionable outside of the egg for longer. But there is a period of time that the egg's out that Yoshi can act in Ultimate. I think the period of time is longer in Melee, though. But you can maybe apply something kind of similar, especially if you think someone's going to like full hop out of the corner, especially if you're invincible off the respawn like Amsa is. So the egg basically is uninterruptible. But it doesn't seem as viable as in Melee. Ooh, okay. Double jump backwards cancel, B reverse egg lay. In Ultimate, you can replicate something like this by doing a wave bounce. I see some Yoshis do like a jump backwards wave bounce because that's a little bit easier, but a jump forward wave bounce is very cool as well. And if someone's trying to go in on you, you basically can intercept them with it. I don't know what Yoshi wants to do out of egg lay, or if the mechanics work the same as an Ultimate. It goes for the egg though. I don't know if, I mean, maybe you could actually go for an egg. That's actually interesting. Considering doing that in Ultimate, like going for, like trying to throw a, I don't know if you want to like jump above them without an egg like Amsa just did. I don't know what the rationale behind that was. Maybe Zamu mashed out faster than he expected, and that had something to do with it. But I can maybe experiment more with like an egg throw when you like egg lay someone. Ooh, yeah, it seems like Shonin's a bit more committal for Yoshi than other characters, I feel like. You can't wave dash out of shield either. I don't know if that's a common option in Melee. I guess a double jump. Oh, wait, whoa. What the fuck? In Ultimate, I don't know how it works in Melee. But in Ultimate, on the way down, you're vulnerable. It's just on the way up that you have the armor. But in Melee, I guess on the way down, I'm sure it goes away at some point, right? I'm sure it goes away at some point. Or maybe she was trying to target the end lag frames from the jump. But I guess Yoshi has more double jump armor for like longer than I thought. Reversal down smash, gonna step into a tech chase. Yoshi doesn't have the frames to do the like to reactionary cover it. So Yoshi tries going in with a read, but guesses wrong, gets up aired for going for the wrong read. Tries to landing up air where he thinks Samu's gonna be, but a little slow on it. Interception again. It's just putting out aerials in front of the opponent where you think they're going to go a lot. And then occasionally, like undershooting seems king in. Actually, undershooting is honestly probably the most important in Ultimate too. But it just seems like people are doing it in ways that I would almost consider risky-ish in Ultimate, but are still useful in Ultimate. Uses a double jump to armor through the hitbox, but doesn't get the forward air. Or maybe he wasn't trying. Maybe he was just trying to go for the double jump cancel forward air. But the hit stun on the up tilt made it come out a few frames later or something, which made the hitbox not come out in time. Or maybe he's trying to double jump cancel nair, but like the hit's done off of hitting the double jump at the up tilt. Or maybe it had nothing to do at all and he just tried doing a canceling it with the forward air and the forward air didn't come out in time. I don't know. Gets whiff punished by down drill. The shine. I don't know what happened there. Ooh. It looked like she read the nair down, but maybe didn't expect him to be on the platform. Tricky. Wave landing back onto the platform. Yoshi goes down a lot more with this double jump in Melee too. Because like in Ultimate, well, he did wait a few frames actually. My bad. Might be. Waited a few frames and then did that. And you could probably do that in Ultimate too. Like, but able to punish that with a shield drop up air. Tries doing a rising up air. Does some parry thing, I think, and then nairs it. That forward air seems good for anti-airing, but it didn't work in that specific situation. Drops from platform and then double jumps. I wonder if dropping through the platform and double jumping in Ultimate works well too. Tries to nair to maybe intercept something, to like maybe armor through something and punish with a nair. Unfortunately doesn't get it, but doesn't get punished for it. Tries crouch canceling and tries jabbing out of crouch cancel on the nair, because I think he knew that she was going to hit with something. But doesn't get the F tilt. She tries to drill to punish it. The drill barely hits, and I guess isn't safe. I think got another crouch cancel. Tried to down tilt. I think that's a down tilt. But a weird clank happens. Some shenanigans are happening. They're both like, oh shit, nothing's going according to plan. But the delayed Fox drill is going to win out. It seems like Fox drill is good because you can like, I think you can do it rising and it'll still hit landing. So it's kind of a delayed and an instant aerial, both 2 in 1 because of the linger. And because it's a multi-hit, it's like safe-ish on shield. So Fox drop and down air seems really strong in these close quarter situations. Like I don't think you want to do them every time. But like, I don't know if frame down air comes out, but I'm pretty sure it's Fox frame in and Melee is absurd, so I'm pretty sure it's pretty fast. And you can do it rising, and it'll still hit landing. So it's actually like not that unfast of an option. And if the opponent's like shielding or something, it's not like, especially if it's Yoshi, you can't do like aerials out of shield. And I don't think characters do aerials out of shield like in Melee as much as in Ultimate. Anyway. It's a shine, but now neutral is just reset. Crouch cancel for a split second in case Fox approaches. It seems similar to general. It seems like in Melee a lot of times, if you think the opponent's going to come in and attack you, you crouch cancel for a few frames. But then you do something else. Like let's say you're in a scenario where the opponent's either going to try to dash attack you or they're going to like full hop. You could like crouch cancel for a few frames, but then still make an anti-air read. And regardless of which one they do, you kind of cover 2 in 1, basically. In Ultimate, the most similar concept is flickering shield before doing something. You can flicker shield and then go for an anti-air, especially because you can cancel shield drop with, or shield release with a jump in Ultimate, so you can actually like do that. So the shield flickering and crouch canceling seem surprisingly similar. Ooh, fainting going into the top platform and then going up to the left platform. I think in every Smash game, if you can think of creative ways, I see this a lot at even top level Ultimate, But I know it didn't work out here. I think the air dodge was a little too committal. Funny enough, the air dodge is less committal in ultimate. But if you can like think of different positions you can go into, but then think of ways you can like creative ways. Number one, that you can go into positions. I see Spargo position in the most unique ways all the time. And two, think of ways you can make it look like you're going to position somewhere, but then you actually position somewhere else instead. Example, making it look like you're going to position on the top platform, but then you're actually going onto the left platform. That you could do that exact same double jump into air dodge and ultimate and probably work better because air dodging is like really committal in melee like that. Yoshi's recovering again. Egg to help him out. And then able to double jump cancel egg back onto ledge. Samu couldn't ledge hog in that situation because she was too busy dealing with the first egg. Funny enough, if she preemptively ledge hogged, I think she might have had more success because there's a window before the egg was hitting the stage that she could have edge hogged. Crouch cancel, I think. Or no, I think that was a double jump armor. And then cancels out with a nair. Tech chase. Tries making a read but mistimes it. And then grab ledge. Yoshi's able to do this very strong strategy in melee that he cannot do in ultimate. Actually, he kind of can, but he doesn't have the invincibility, and Egg's more committal and grabs ledge much slower. But I think he can, like, you hold back for a few frames and then Egg and angle it high so it doesn't hit the stage, and then you grab ledge again. I think you can do that in ultimate, but definitely not, like, super amazing in ultimate in comparison to melee, where it's, like, almost a not get out of jail free card, because you still have to get back on the stage at some point, but there's a lot of strings to it. Dash in, dash out, jump backwards, double jump inwards, a lot of like in and out movement, very tricky. But just going up to the top platform, it seems like Amsa does not mind double jumping to platforms at all. Does not seem to perceive platforms to be as bad of a position to be in as. I think maybe part of it is because Yoshi's shield drop aerials are decent, but Yoshi's shield is almost better on platforms than on the ground because he can shield drop. That might be a part of it. And that's just because Yoshi can like invincibly get to a platform whenever he wants. I will say even in Ultimate, Yoshi's one of the characters that's better on platforms than other characters. Hell, my Yoshi can probably play on platforms more than it does. Basically, stall and falls. Similar concept to like just doing like a stall option before landing with an aerial, but Yoshi's able to do it like 10 frames faster than any character in Ultimate can. Seems like decent shield pressure, but it's also just a lingering hitbox. It's kind of similar to the Fox drill thing we just talked about. Reads that she's drop shield and then F tilts. So sometimes doing 2 attacks in a row, people will unshield for the first attack, and which leaves them open to the second attack. But sometimes that can lose to people just holding onto shield for longer, or doing specific out of shield options that can beat whatever attack you try throwing out. But comes into a nair, Fox is off stage, comes into a forward air, but there's a melee has meteor canceling, which is a weird mechanic in my opinion, but it's whatever. But Yoshi's able to, which is this true in Ultimate as well, because in Ultimate and melee, Yoshi's able to go off stage, but then just double jump, like get back onto stage at a much faster rate than any other character can. And then gets the down smash. I don't know if that down smash would have hit if the up B angle was a bit more perfect, but that initial double jump was basically a 50-50 because Yoshi could have grabbed a ledge. But I think she maybe could have reacted to Yoshi double jumping. Actually, no, that reaction window was too small. I don't think that was reactable. Because Yoshi could have just grabbed a ledge with an up B instead, or you could have gone on stage. So it's kind of like a 50-50. And it feels like in this 50-50 in melee, you want to go on stage a little bit more often because you still maintain stage control and ledge trapping, whatever, no matter what. But I guess the down smash, that's probably it. Yeah. Alright. Yoshi's definitely different in melee. The unfortunate thing is it feels like double jump cancel aerials really encapsulate like his entire neutral in melee. I think the main thing, like, you can replicate some of the things he was doing though by like doing drift mix-ups in Ultimate. I don't think Yoshi had the same airspeed he does in Ultimate and Melee. I think it was a lot slower. I think they're really. I think starting in Smash Four, they really amped up the airspeed for Yoshi because I know Jigglypuff's the fastest airspeed in every Smash game until Smash Four came out, where they amped Yoshi up. Um, Melee's weird gravity makes it harder to do like drift mix-ups in that game, but double jump cancel is basically a way to circumvent it. But in Ultimate, you can still replicate some of the similar philosophies because you can, like, Amsa is doing like jump backwards into a inwards double jump into a nair cancel. If you just like jump backwards and then drift back in with a back air in Ultimate, it's a similar concept. It's not quite as fast as it is in Melee, but it is a similar concept. And I see every Yoshi player do it all the time. There's a lot of close quarter situations. A lot of them aren't as replicable. I do know shield flickering in similar situations you'd want to crouch cancel in is definitely very strong in Ultimate. Probably something I need to incorporate more, but it's more of a general thing than a Yoshi thing. You can kind of learn by some of the egg placements where he throws eggs out to cover certain things and then positions to cover something else. It's just unfortunate because in Ultimate it's a lot less flexible, but I'm sure there's some niche situations where you can still incorporate it. I just think those situations are a lot more niche. Something that probably is very easily replicable in Ultimate is just double jumping to any platform anytime you want to be completely invincible on your path to reposition from one area to another. That is a very big Yoshi privilege. And I think in both Melee and Ultimate, Yoshi does not mind being on the platform as much as most other characters do. And we know in both Smash or Melee and Ultimate, Yoshi's main strategy is to use Egg to kind of make. Your goal isn't to reversal with Egg, I would say, when recovering in any Smash game with Yoshi. Your goal is to use Egg as basically like an interrupter, like, oh, you can't edge guard me because you have to deal with this Egg. And that's true for Ultimate as well. And this actually may be even more applicable to Ultimate because Yoshi can like utilize the eggs easier for that. So you could be like, oh, you can't spend your time edge guarding me because you have to deal with this egg. But weirdly enough, Yoshi going upwards of the egg sometimes cancels out a little bit because using an egg basically stalls your recovery. Whereas in Melee, you can throw out an egg while recovering and it like doesn't stall you as much, if at all. So it's a bit weird. But I definitely learned some stuff from that. Unfortunately, Melee is going to be one of the harder games to transfer to Ultimate with. But there's definitely some core concepts that definitely helped out. And I'm excited to experiment with them. Maybe you'll see me get a sick egg edge guard off stage the way Amsa would. But hopefully that was useful to you guys. Definitely one of my most interesting VOD reviews. Learned a lot about Melee through this. But yeah. And one of my longer VOD reviews. Probably because I understand Melee as well.